The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Greetings.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, largest and proudest of the two remaining dwarven cities. Once the seat of an underground empire, Orzammar now stands alone, cut off from the world by the Darkspawn, still clinging to the memory of its former glory. Below the vast statues and gilded halls where the noble families play at politics, the lower castes live in their shadows, scurrying to serve like their ancestors before them. Below that is you. You are casteless, the dirty secret staining Orzammar's perfect society, forced, along with your sister, to sell your services to the crime lord Barat. To the rest of Orzammar, you are proof that the casteless deserve their fate. But you know you do what you have to, the same as everyone, just to survive.
I can't keep gambling on you forever, Precious. You've got a sweet look, something to light a man on fire. But you gotta make it count.
Please, Barat, can we not do this in front of my brother?
Why not? He knows the slope of the land, don't you, boy? You told me a lot of things, not one of which meant more than a fart in the middens. Before me, your sister was just another duster. Now check her out. Braids down to here, gold-capped teeth. She can recite elf poetry and play the string harp. Every man's dream. All she's got to do is find a lord, squeeze out some kid who looks like him, and we're all living the easy life in the Diamond Quarter.
Please, don't get involved. You know that never goes well.
I'll treat her however I like, as long as you both eat off my plate. You keep your head down and say aye to any job I decide is low enough for scum like you. In return, I put out coins so you can doll yourself up and get a belly full of some nobleman's brat. Then you both go free, and I get to join the family and be called my lord for the rest of the little prince's life. Checking on my investments, and right now, they don't bear much gold. I'm giving you another week, Precious. If you haven't found a patron, you're back to sweeping streets.
But I have. I've met someone. That is, I didn't want to promise, but he seemed interested.
Your buddy Lesky's waiting outside. He knows what I'll need from you today. Don't even think about bungling this job. Your whole family's on loose sand with me right now, and I know you don't have anywhere else to turn.
I'm sorry you had to see that. You know how desperate the nobles are for more children. They can barely field enough soldiers to hold the walls against the Darkspawn. If I could give one of them a son, the whole house would celebrate, and we'd all be raised up to noble caste to join the family. It's what Barat's betting on. That's why he paid for my clothes, my voice lessons. He wants to share the reward. Yes, that is, I hope. He certainly seems charming. He treats me like a real lady, not just someone to tumble and forget. I don't want to say, in case I'm wrong. It just seems too mad to think of one of the most important men in Orzammar with someone like me. Anyway, time is rusting, and I need to get dressed. These fashions will be the death of me. 100 buttons on each sleeve. And Lesky's probably already outside waiting for you. Stay out of trouble. What is it? I'm kind of in a hurry. The Shapers say it follows us. Like, I saw the corpse of one prince. The nobles say they once covered the whatever you like, as long as we finish in the time.
I will help however I can.
Who's that? Why you bought? Don't you? What are you doing here anyway? Rika said you were What? Get your head in the smoke. Had it. So, you gonna show some sort of gratitude, or do I have to beat it out of you? It was. You think you'd be where you are now if I'd let you hide from a few slaps? Everything.
About sodding time. I was starting to think I'd have to bust in and get an eyeful of that spicy sister of yours. Growl. Oh, what can I say? I've been writing an epic poem about it. It starts, "Oh, you're really, really cursed to have no caste." But I couldn't think of a rhyme. I'm not seeing Court Bard in your future either. I guess we'll have to stick to playing the heavies for Barat. Boss says we're out for a search and discipline. One of his smugglers is holding out on him. Name's Oskias, some surfacer. Barat got word that he's been selling shipments topside that never make it to Barat's ears down here. He wants us to find the rotter and see what goods he's holding back. All he told me is find him. Duster's got some family from the merchant caste. He's probably staying near their quarters. Poetry to my...
You looking for a place to sleep? There's a vent behind the Abasts. You don't mind it.
Hey there, Carter boy.
2 bits for the needy. I seen you around. You don't, not until you're my age. You think Barat's going to want you when you're old? Soon's your muscles go, you're like me, boy. No woman's gonna let you in her sheets, not as long. Only place for you to end up is here. Watching some casteless upstarts refusing to share their coin. Ooh, you drive a hard bargain, soldier. Keep you warm at night. Is that what you're looking for? That's worth 10 bits. Go ahead. Beat up an old man. I seen your man at Tapster's. I was waiting out back, but they wouldn't tip me the dregs off the ale. But I saw another Brad there with his surface money, and they served him. Called him Oskias. Sir, you think I got that close? Tavern keepers, they know all I... Now get out of here, you're scaring... Alms! Alms for the poor.
Spare silver. My boy needs medicine. The docs say he won't wake without it.
What are you doing here, Brand?
Have you heard? King's got a team who found traces of Blanca.
The ancestors were smiling on my bets today. Another round from the house.
They say the warrior cat.
Hey, I was saving that seat.
That's real thoughtful, Ascaius. It's tiring work looking for you.
How do you know my name? Look, I always been loyal to Barat. He's been good to my family. I know how much I owe him. I haven't. I wouldn't. I do have some lyrium ore. I have a little deal with one of the mining families. If it worked out, I was gonna bring Barat his cut, I swear. I'd be crazy not to.
Suicidal, one might say.
Just a little, maybe 25 sovereigns worth.
25 sovereigns?
Most of that's with my buyers on the surface. I just picked up a few nuggets down here. If I were to maybe give you a piece, that's a lot of coin. Could you forget to mention this to Barat? I don't got any coin myself. I make that topside, but you can take the ore, sell it, maybe get enough to get out of this nest. What do you say?
Are you breathing smoke? Barat will kill you if he catches you with his lyrium. Not unless you find a merchant who doesn't work with Barat. Tell you what, cut me in 50 and we'll go to Olinda. She's a merchant. She likes me and refuses to work with the old man.
Then what happens to me?
We'll have to tell Barat he's dead.
He won't, I swear. Thank you. You're as noble as you are
Was that smart? If Barat finds out, then he'll probably stew us and serve us to the poor. And leave behind? We should sell this quick and report back before Barat starts wondering what's taking so long. Unless you think we should give it all to Barat. Free money.
Lesky,
Trying to
don't you go saying that around my husband. Who's your friend? Well, that's not what I was expecting to hear cross those lips. Where exactly would... How much do you have? I can give you 30 silvers per...
Only 30?
It's less than it's worth, I won't lie to you. But the market for it's topside, and I'll have to find a buyer who won't ask where it came from. For that, I can't afford more than 30. Because we have it, and the folks... It's what their mages use to power their spells. And it's the only metal that'll let magic stick to a shield or... Now, do you want the deal or not? All right then. Let me take that off your hands. And you probably shouldn't come around...
Great prices on all
This
odds
place
and
is
odds, like I was drafted by the Pelicans.
Watch yourself. The Shaper doesn't need your footprints all over his clean clothes. We'll stand further back. I'm not going to risk my position. After my mother took 5 years of her personal time sewing fine dresses for the... Mother tells me they never considered a single other candidate when the position opened for underwasher. It's barely under the... They control Orzamar's memories. They oversee births, marriages, death records, except you, I guess. Casteless and criminals aren't allowed in a Shaper's presence. Whatever horrid deviants you're descended from were written out of the histories and deemed obviously they bred anyway, but their children can't possibly deserve the same protections as those who were legitimately born. They control Orzamar's memories. They oversee births, marriages, death records, histories, except you, I guess. Casteless and criminal. I am not casteless. I serve my betters as is my place, decided by the ancestors who granted my mother my birth. I am not a criminal. Get away from me. I would sooner...
As you say.
The king is old. His rule...
Prince Balin seems far more sympathetic to our interests.
Balin has some tastes of his own that he knows I can provide. It's about time you two showed up. What happened with Ascaius? What kind of rotty?
He told us he'd be putting together a side deal for Lyrium.
Jarvia, send a dig troop topside. If Ascaius had a hiding spot up there...
As you say.
And the matter of punishment? Very interesting. Seeing how my cousin... And he says he saw something change hands between you. Does that sound like what I asked?
Sounds like some jumped-up face brands thought they could take a bribe and let him walk free.
The lady says it's not right. You wouldn't disagree with a lady, would you?
Right. I mean, no one's gonna say spit to you, Barat. But we can't move that free. We need it. We took him to the lava sinks behind the mines.
I don't like you making me look weak, but it's smart to try to keep the Swordcast from asking questions. That's why I like you two. Now I got something else for you. Make some use of your unique skills. The Warrior Cast is hosting a proving today. All the best fighters, last mans, they're showing off for some Grey Warden who's looking... Now, it's not often we get every named fighter in Orzammar lined up like that. And I have certain acquaintances who take an interest in this sort of thing. Are you out of your big hollow skull? No brand's allowed to hold steel in the proving ring. It would be an insult to the ancestors.
Not to mention the conceit of the Warrior Cast.
I just want you to make certain the right man wins. There's a lot of coin to be made when people get the fever up. Favorite fighter's an officer named Minar, veteran of 4 Darkspawn campaigns. Everd's a long shot. Just got back from a deep roads offensive. Some young buck who has all the ladies drooling. I've got a lot of money riding on him. Mine and other people's. I expect to see that 8-to-1 pay off. Understand? The fight only gets announced to contestants themselves to prevent illegal gambling. So first, you'll have to find Everd, see who he's fighting and when. When the name Minar comes up, I want you to slip this drug into the bastard's water. It'll slow his reflexes, just enough to take the edge off, not enough to show. But it wears off quickly, so don't use it until just before his fight. He's the kind of warrior who wants to show off his oiled physique to a cheering crowd. Don't let him know what you're doing. Just find his chamber, see when he's fighting. I'm not asking you to distill it, just drop it into a basin. That's all you need to know. It'll be in the big arena north of the Commons. Normally castless aren't allowed on the grounds. It says you're there to clean up the and if I...
So this is a gift, huh? I've never been to a proving. Think about their responsibility. Take these humans and elves who spent their whole lives flitting around eating figs and teach them that of course they're gonna need a dwarf to help them. Here they get to pick from the best of the vein. I don't know. So the Shapers write you into the histories to save a bunch of elves and humans who would otherwise end up to honor the terms of our 1,000-year-long alliance with the Wardens? That kind of thing. Not like turning your back on the stone to take a caravan topside. Fighting Darkspawn is a sacred duty. The king decreed long ago that a dwarf who joins the Wardens retains his caste. From you.
Didn't Barat give you a job to do? Go back to your dirt pile, scum.
Turn around, Brand. No castless on the grounds. Looks legitimate. Go on through, then. But stay to the trenches. Grey Wardens don't need some eyesore getting between them and the fighters.
Did you see that bird out? Sweetheart,
Sod it. He's stone drunk. He could draw a dead man for his bout and still lose. Barat's gonna kill us if we slip up here. He's already jumpy enough after that stunt with Oscius. Hey, I just had an idea. So, you've been rubbing my nose at how you're the meanest thing with him. Everd's armor is over there, and you're about the same size. Right. I'll keep watch for the guards. And don't put on that armor until you're done. It's a little conspicuous, you know?
Hey! Only fighters are allowed in these chambers. Who are you? I don't care about your name, Brand. My fight should be called any moment now. You can come back and clean then. Fine, but be...
Bout 3 is next. Off.
No more time. Make sure you have everything and go tell them. And don't forget to keep...
Stone met Everd. I believe it is time for your... bout. May fortune favor your fight, Everd. Are you ready? As you...
This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the Paragons of Orzammar, for our honored guests, the Grey Warden. The warrior Everd, son of Galton, will fight Officer Minar, survivor of the battle at Kar Ellerin.
Stone Chooser, honor of the heart. Outside. Let's just fight.
has begun. As you say, I shall do it. Shall be done. Very well. As you say, shall be done. Get off! It has begun. I shall do it. We fight for honor. Best be clear. The winner is Eved! A truly memorable fight. The young cadet vanquishes the wily veteran. Healer, see to his injuries. The warrior Eved, son of Galton, will fight last year's Journeyman Division champion, Adalbo.
You honor me with this fight. May we both win glory in the eyes of our lords.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight! Very well. Damn you! Shall be done. I shall do it. Must fight. Let us do it. As you said. It has begun. Very well. I shall do it. It has begun. As you say. Shall be done. The winner is Eved! The ancestors have withdrawn their blessings and embrace a new champion on their field. The warrior Eved, son of Galton, will fight Lenka, Silent sister in training. She has made her vows, but not completed her blooding. Will she be accepted into the legendary order? That will depend on her performance today. First, very well. No quarter shall be given. The winner is Eved! Lenka went to the stone without a sound, as befits her vows. But it wasn't hard to see the blood that was spilled. Eved will advance to the final bout to determine the true champion of the ring against... What? I'm out already? Hey! That's my armor! Who are you? How dare you disrupt this sacred...
Wait! I know that man! That's Eved! Then, what imposter did I fight?
Remove your helmet, warrior, and let all who watch you see your face. Your skills are impressive, but you are one man. Show yourself, lest I call the guards and have them do it for you. You insult the very nature of this proving! Guards, take this filth away!
Hold your man, I pray you. This warrior has defeated the best you have to offer. Is that not what this proving is for?
We are honored by your presence, Warden. But this proving is not solely for you. There are laws which have governed this arena for 1,000 years. This man is no warrior. He is casteless, rejected by the ancestors. His very footsteps pollute the stone. He has no place here.
Except as your champion.
Are you awake yet? Psst. Can you hear me?
How hard did they sodding hit you anyway? Did you have to put up such a fight? As soon as everyone saw your face, Brand, the place went mad. Shut that one of the guards recognized me and figured they burned 3 candles to the stump interrogating me about who put us up to this. I think they knew, about Barat. Huh. I guess not. I mean, I've been in most of them. They don't usually have this
Good, you're awake. Barat will be glad to hear that. You caused a lot of trouble today. Barat lost The entire proving was declared invalid, and the Assembly already called for an investigation. You can't imagine the state Barat was in when he told me to get you. You're not in their cells anymore. And I don't think I appreciate the time and money it took to bribe the right. You got every guardsman at that proving thinking if he takes your head off, the ancestors will But they know whose hand holds the whip. When Barat claimed you, they knew who's going to get to watch your last breath. All he needs to know is that you exposed him before the... Now they're asking questions, and as long as you have tongues to answer them, you're a... Enjoy your last night. Barat will be by soon to make sure...
Get away with this. We can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done.
the day. Here!
I shall do that.
We must not exhaust our supplies. We fight for honor! We must fight. Let us do it.
Get on it. I'll get on it. I'll get on it. I'll get on it.
Quickly, we must fight!
As you said.
Get on it. I'll get on it.
Quickly, we must fight! Get off! Watch out!
I'll get on it. I'll get on it. Tell me what to do. I'll get on it. I'll get on it.
Close.
I'll get on it.
Now we do that!
All right, that's it.
I'll get on it.
No quarter shall be given!
I'll get on it.
Got my back, right? I am armed. As you say, if we must fight, let us do it.
They won't stand up to us.
Yes!
All finished.
I'm cutting the whore free. If that turncoat brother of hers doesn't know his place, I don't need precious Rika either.
Rika? That the one you got all done up in lace? I've been wanting to get my hands on that.
I know what you mean. She's yours if you want her, boys. And let me tell you, tastes as good as it looks. What in sod all is that doing out of its cage? Let's teach this little duster a lesson.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
Love this job. Get on it. I'll get on it. I'll get on it. I'll get on it.
Damn you!
Get on it.
Fight for us! Here!
You won't stand up to it. I'll get on it.
I can hit!
Come and get it. Quicker than that. Get on it. Did you see him there all when we're done with you? And you just charged in and sodding slaughtered him. You have to be the luckiest duster in Orzammar. Barat's dead, and we're standing here. Hail to the sodding king! Well, he sure was talking like she's still alive. But I won't turn down the chance to go take another peek. Hey, could you tell Rika I killed him? I mean, it doesn't do you any good if she thinks you're the most virile warrior in all the stone. An excellent point. Now let's go find somewhere to hide. All finished. All finished. All finished.
You're not supposed to be here. Wait, is that right? There they are! Seize the fugitives! Drop your weapons and walk down slowly. We will use force if you resist. He's dead? Barat had many enemies, but also powerful allies.
Barat would have butchered us if he hadn't killed him first.
Your friend has once again demonstrated his courage. We Grey Wardens travel far and wide in search of those with the potential to join our ranks. It seems I have found one. Let me make my offer formal. I, Duncan of the Grey Wardens, extend the invitation for you to join our order.
This man is a criminal. You can't do this.
I can, and I am. It would mean traveling to the surface lands and thus leaving your people. but it does offer you the chance to strike a blow against the Darkspawn and the Blight. Then you will be subject. I think you know what that sentence would be. I would spare you from it, and for an excellent cause. And I see your friend would like to speak to you as well. Why don't you see what they have to say before you give your final answer?
Those guys must have seriously cracked your skull. You're not gonna turn down being a Grey Warden, are you? Well, don't you worry about that. Old Lesky will take care of her. She'll be the first one telling you to go. She never wanted this to be your life. We'll go back and tell him.
I couldn't believe it when Sir Duncan said he wanted to recruit. I was ready to kill you when I heard what you did at the Proving. But it worked out for the best. Those are the rules of the Order. All wardens leave their families behind. You have to go. You'll never have a better opportunity. Please don't hold yourself back because I spent the afternoon with my new patron. If everything works out, maybe I can even... Yes. He calls me his Amber Rose. He has already promised to move Mother and me into better lodging, where he can find me more quickly when he wants me. I am. Truly. I could never make a life fighting Darkspawn. But if I can bear a son who makes his house proud, go, little brother. Make the world a...
Have you spoken with your friend and sister? Then before these witnesses, I hereby recruit you into the Grey Wardens. Know that you are most welcome. Before we brave the deep roads, I would like to make you a gift of this mace, since you have so few possessions of your own. It was once wielded by the Warden Forel Idukan. I believe he was related to your king. I know you will continue his proud example. Goodbye, my friends, and thank you for your hospitality. We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korcari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Cailan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name? Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar. Sounds like there's a story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime. I do. I'll make sure to have the finest dwarven brew brought up from the palace cellars. After we've dealt with the blight, of course. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days? Good. I hope to work with him as well as my father did. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought. This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere? Good.
We stand here in this hour.
Greetings, young man. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king. Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact. Not precisely. The Grey Wardens will be on the front lines, not the mages. Still, to defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp. Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde, I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and... It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from that taint transformed those men, at least that's what the Chant of Light says. It may be allegory. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Death is no failure, my friend. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your maker. Die in this fashion when
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promise. Are you the new warden? This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle. I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first. Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he was. Let's hope this works. I'd really hate... Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon? There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flap. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, good.
And if you go to stand beside me, go without lesson, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.